everyone, we hope you're well. Mate, this is a this is a winter dinner, and I'll tell you what, it's absolutely freezing outside. I'm not going out there, we're stopping in here and we're cooking a lovely meat pie. So let me just run through what we've got. Right, this is what we've got. All these items here, look, can you see that? I mean, I'll have to type that out for you, I realise that. But this is a steak and ale pie, look, and it's to serve 6 people. Now, whether it does or it don't, we've got 4 of the lovely round bowls. Actually, I should show you them, shouldn't I? Let me just get them and bring you back. Right, I've brought you back because you can see there's our 4 lovely bowls. Now, we like using these, and I like using them. I've said to Wendy, they look nice on your dinner plate, they really do. You know, the pie stays hot for ages. I have to fish it out to eat it normally. Anyway, I suppose that's by the by, but I like these dishes. Now, if it makes enough for 6 and 4's not enough, we have got some round ones, we'll use them, but I think it's all going to go in here, to be honest. Now, this today, as I said, it's that one there. And as I say, it's steak and ale pie, and it says for 6 people. Now, we're using the Rough Puff Pastry, and we're doing it, well, we're doing it to the B-row, but I'm afraid we're not. We're doing it slightly different, and we're hoping it works. Right, but we're doing the pie like this, except we're not even doing it like that, are we? Because we're moving with the times, mate, on this channel. Look, we're using this pressure cooker, aren't we? So all this messing around with the oven, we're not doing that today. We want to get this done because it's quite a lengthy job. So I'll get this cooked early this morning. Wendy's cut all the stuff up ready, and she cuts it up a nice size so it's easy to do. So we're about ready to go there. Now what we've got the meat is 700 grams, which apparently is £1.5 pounds. That sounds about right. We've got 1 medium onion, that's all chopped up, you can see it there. We've used 1 teaspoon of garlic, because we use that lazy garlic, don't we? We like that. We've got 2 carrots, they're peeled and chopped up nice and small. Wendy's done those. We've got 3 tablespoons of plain flour. Now that's to go onto your beef to mix it all up, so I'll be doing that in a minute. But well, you can see it's all mixed up, but I'll fry that off. Now we want half a pint of that beer. We've never got any beer, we've had to buy this. Mate, to be honest, I haven't shopped how much it costs. That's the beer we've got, because we wanted a dark beer. We were going to get Guinness, but we saw that, so I should put half a pint of that in. Now that is a 500ml, so that's a bit too much. Don't know what we'll do with the rest. We'll just have to suffer it and drink it, won't we? Later on, not now. Right, we've got 4 ounces of the mushrooms all chopped up. That's 110 grams. A bay leaf. And there'll be a beaten egg just to glaze the pie, but mate, that's a long way off. This is in the morning, that's a bit of a way off. So I'll get this started now and get it all tipped in up. What I'll do, I'll change the camera so you can see a bit better. Right, now I've brought you back and you've got the view of the pot there. And now I'm hoping you can see in there all right. It's a little difficult, isn't it? I am putting the meter in. Now, I don't know whether, can you see that? I think you can. I've set the meter to 30 pence, look, so let's get this machine plugged in. Right, what we're going to do first of all is go on to saute. Now, I know you can't see me pressing this, but I think you can press saute the same as I can. Well, mate, when I can find it, and if I switch it on at the wall, it'll be a nice, oh, there you go. Now we're in business, look. About a tablespoon, you don't need too much. We put the onion in first, and I'm happy with that. Right, let's get this going nice and hot, and I'll bring you back. Oh, actually, I've not poured my beer out. Now, as I say, we want half a pint of beer. Right, there's half a pint. Right, is it starting to cook yet, or have I got to bring you back? It's not very warm yet, so I'll bring you back when we've got a bit more of a head of steam on. Right, that's getting nice and warm now, so we'll get the rest of the veg in. And the bay leaf. There we go. Now, I should have put the garlic in with the onion, but trust me, it won't make a lot of difference. Give that a stir. Now, you want to brown the beef off a little. Oh dear, I made a mess there with the flour. Now, I think you can see that okay. The idea here is just to get this all mixed up and get the meat a little brown. Now, Wendy mixed all this up beforehand. She's done all the work really, while I got myself sorted out. Now she's done the same while I'm doing this. So we've got a decent amount in that pot there. That's looking pretty good, that is. Now the idea is I'm going to brown this meat and then we'll tip the beer in. But I want to get a bit of colour on the meat first, so I'll carry on. I'll bring you back. Right, I've brought you back because that's added a bit more colour to the meat. Then we tip the half pint of beer in. Let's give that a mix up. I want to give this a good mix, get all the juices mixed up. I know it's under steam, it's going to be fine, but that actually doesn't look a lot of liquid to me. Well, I was going to put the other quarter of a pint in there. I'm not drinking the beer, I'm not bothered. I'll be driving the car later, I don't care. Come on, let's tip the old 500 million. It's not going to hurt us. Yeah, we're wandering off already, look. There we go. Now I'm happier with that, to be honest. That's better for me. Right, what we'll do now... I mean, this has only actually been on a few minutes. It's not been on long at all. So what I'll do, I'll change the view so you can see, and we'll switch it on. First of all, let's cancel the saute. Right, now let's change the view on the camera so you can see what we're doing. Right, now I've brought you back. There's a better view for you so you can see. Now we've got the meter on there. You can see it was on for, it only took me 7.5 minutes. I could have done it longer, but we want to get on with this, as I say, and it looked all right to me. So there we go. That's cost about 4p so far. So what we need now is the lid, and I've even remembered to put the rubber back in. You don't take that out very often, but just to clean it, that was. Now line up the orange dots, close the lid. It automatically seals, as we've said before. So what we want now is pressure cooker, and I think for this we're going to make it 30 minutes if I can get it right. It's always a first time, Graham. There we go. Now that is really plenty of time, but I'm sure it'll be fine, and we can allow it to naturally release. We don't need keep warm, and just press start. Right, so that's it now. That's our job done. And as I say, I've got the meter in the back. Mate, can you see there's flour everywhere? When I tip that beef in, look, the flour off the beef's gone everywhere. I can't clean it up now, can I? We're cooking. Right, we'll bring you back in a little while. Right, I've just brought you back because, as you can see there, it's cooked now, and I've unplugged it and the meter's gone. Where's the meter gone? It's gone in my hand, mate. So I'm going to show you this because I've done it before. If you're not careful, you forget. Now that meat is cooked now, and you can see it says there 14 minutes of power we used, and I set that for 30 minutes, and I've said it before, it's used 14, well, nearly 15 minutes of power, and that has cost us 9p. You know, so it does cook it cheap, there's no doubt about that. Now that's just naturally releasing now, so we don't need any power. I've just unplugged it. That can sit there for a few more minutes, then I'll release the power. But I just thought I'd give you that now, so there's a chance of me missing it if we're not careful. Right, I'll bring you back. Right, now I've just brought you back. Wendy did actually thicken the gravy a little with thicken the gravy, yeah. She thickened it with the gravy, so it's a little bit thicker than it was when it first finished. I know you can't see very well. Let me show you. Wendy's just filling these pie dishes now. I mean, I've said before, I quite like these pie dishes, but all she's doing, look, you run a bit of the gravy off because we'll use any gravy that's left when we actually have the pie. Right, so at the minute, it's just a case of filling these dishes. Now look, you can see, look, that's about how full we want to.
That's that one.
Not any more than that.
Too much meat then.
Oh, don't put too much meat in, Mum, mate. There'll be a right fight, won't there? Hey, you bet your life I won't get it. It won't be my pie. Well, she files a chip in the edge of these, you know, so she knows which one it is. Yes, I know. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you that little bit of film. You all know what you're doing anyway, come on. Mind you, the question is, will 4 of these be enough? I think so. We'll fill them up, I'll bring you back. Right, I brought you back just to show you, we've got those 4 pies dished up. Now they're fairly even. Did they look it on the picture? They are fairly even anyway. So that is our pies, look. I mean, oh, we know they're going to be fabulous. The smell with that beer, it's really good. There is one other thing. I said to Wendy, he found the bay leaf. She says, no, where's it gone? I can't find it nowhere. I don't know where the bay leaf's gone. And I've noticed, mate, look, it's stuck just there. See it? Here it is, look. Stuck on the side. Anyway, it's all right. All right, I was going to be naughty. I was going to try and hide it in one of the pies, and she's come and stood right next to me. I can't get away with nothing in there. I tell you, if this were the boot were on the other foot, mate, that'd be in my pie. Don't you worry about that. Come on. Look at it. Look at that lovely gravy we've got now. I mean, we can add a bit to that. That's...
Oh, come on, we've got to do the hard part.
I want it now, right. Now we're going to do the hard part. The rough puff pastry. I'll bring you back.
I'm not taking it away to eat it.
No, not yet. We're making what's called, look, rough puff pastry. Now we're making this rough puff pastry because we're making it for this pie. So there's the ingredients. Now what we've got there, I'll read it to you, look. We've got 225 grams, or that's 8 ounce, of plain flour. There's a pinch of salt in our little glass container. And then we've got 150 grams, which is 5 ounce. Now it says on here, fat, butter or lard, margarine and lard mix. Well, we've got butter. So on our, actually, I'm telling you the butter, mate, the butter's in the fridge because we're keeping all this as cold as we can. It needs to be fairly cold for this. So it's unsalted butter and it's in the fridge and it's all cut in squares. Well, I'll tell you what, let's leave it where it is because you'll see it when we mix it. I think that's the best way. And then we've got some cold water to mix. Now that water as well wants to be as cold as it can be. Mate, it's freezing outside. That water's cold out of the tap anyway. So really with the water, it's a bit of a guessing game. You don't want this pastry too wet, so Wendy will just use what she's got to. Right, so and there's the bowl to mix it in. Now, I don't want to put it in the way, do I? Right, so we'll get started now and bring you back. Right, now I'm bringing you back because this is going to be rough puff pastry. Now, this is the homemade version of bought puff pastry. Well, we hope it is. We're going to make a start now and
how many times you've been to the shop and you ain't got none?
Yeah.
Puff pastry.
It's not always easy for us to get puff pastry.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a...
But this is an alternative. And
yes, come on, we're going to make it and let's see what happens.
I'm going to try.
Yeah, if it don't work, mate, I'll be off around the shop to buy some.
This is what we made
earlier.
earlier.
Then that's 12 miles if they've got some in. So let's hope this works.
This is plain flour.
Are you tipping the salt into the flour?
Yes, I will do.
You're doing, aren't you? Right. So there's the salt gone in as well.
Is it doing it?
Yeah.
Right. No, I mean...
It's not making the right mess for a change. Wendy loves to hold it right up in the air, making such a... Yeah, I agree, it puts air in, but mate, what a mess.
You don't really have to sieve this, but it's just...
They say don't sieve it, but I'll be honest.
You can do it if you want.
Do you trust them? Sifting it, it's got to be better than not sifting it. I can't see as it's a problem.
No, I don't think so.
People say don't sift it. Well,
you
don't do it then. We'll still do it.
Well, you...
I get a bit fed up with the mess. It goes all over the place,
Who
doesn't
cleans
it?
the mess up?
Well, you do it. It's your fault.
Oh.
That's fair enough. Right.
There we go.
So it's just a case of mixing
Just
that
mixing
together.
the salt.
I mean, this looks pretty simple, and it is pretty simple. It might get a bit complicated later if we forget what we're doing.
Oh dear. It's all learn.
It could come a little bit
It's
this
so
way if you
easy.
play with it. There you go. Look,
It's so easy just to go to the shop and buy it, suppose.
Yeah, but not when you're 6 miles away and they might not have it. It's not. That makes it a bit more complicated.
Yeah.
But this is not. It's not quite the same. This rough puff pastry. It won't do, you know, some of the more exotic sweet pastries that you get. But it's fine for
one day
for baking, sausage rolls. You know, the steak bakes, things like that. So
yeah.
again,
If I can do this one day, I might do the other.
all right. So that made no sense at all.
The-
It didn't to me, so I'm sure it didn't to you.
I'll make the
What's the other?
puff pastry.
Oh, don't get too technical. Good grief.
Well, this is similar, isn't it?
Yeah. Only that's a lot more complicated. Even the chefs say on the TV that buy it, don't they? But this is rough puff pastry. It's not quite the same. We'll see, won't we? Let's get this done.
I can't do it.
Yeah, I am. We'll just get on with this and see how it turns out. There's no like running before you can walk. If these posh chefs are buying puff pastry, there's got to be a good reason for it. Trust me. So
where does it come from? Very beginning though. Factory brought it, made into it.
yeah, because it's a lot easier to make it by machine. It's very time consuming apparently. I only know, mate. I only know what we've seen and what we've read. I don't know, but this is like an homemade version, and it is in the B-row book, but we are doing it a little bit different. I don't know as we are really, but this is the way we're doing it. We'll see how it turns out.
I'm trying to do it so it's all...
There's a lot of fiddling around here, isn't there?
Because it's been in the fridge, it's
sticking.
Stick together, isn't it?
I shouldn't worry too much.
Well, I am. I'm doing it proper.
All right, okay. This might turn into a really boring video.
Oh,
I wonder if I can think of a joke.
No. I think they'd sooner see me do this than your jokes.
Yeah, I think I would as well.
Plate.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, for the one-handed washer upper, that is. Right, now it's just a case of, I mean, you normally make this like a breadcrumb consistency, but
No.
for this pastry you don't. you need more lumps of butter in it.
Yeah.
It sounds a bit silly, but we'll see. See how we go.
I'll go and press some with this. It's
Yeah, I mean the B-row book says do it with your spatula, doesn't it? I'm sure it does. Where's it tell you? I've seen it somewhere. If I could read, you know, this would be a lot easier. It says stir in with a knife. Do not rub in.
No, I'm not rubbing.
Mix to a stiff dough with the water. So that's when this is done. As I say, we're not making this into breadcrumbs. Seems to be the difference. I think the idea is that you get layers of butter in the pastry, but right, we'll keep mixing this and I'll bring you back. Right, we've brought you back because look, we've had a bit of a discussion, and I said to Wendy it looked really rough. You know, it's not, look, you can see there's still lumps of butter there, but they're all coated and fairly fine, but there is a few. But Wendy says to me, I think the answer is, look, it resembles a pebbly beach. It does, doesn't it, really? To be fair, we all like a pebbly beach, don't we? That'd be lovely. Anyway, we think that is good enough now. So now Wendy's going to mix some water in there. Now, you don't want it too wet either, apparently. So
just enough to, because the working of it, there's a lot of butter in there.
Yeah.
Should start letting it get softer as you're playing with it.
Right.
I think that's the way to describe it.
In it. You don't want too much, like you say. You've got to get your hands in it now, I think, haven't you?
Well, I'm going to mix a bit. Yeah, just until it starts.
Right,
or the butter will start sticking to my hands. If not,
it will do. Yeah.
I'll lose it all. Just do it till it starts looking like.
Yeah, I'd like to tell you how much water we're putting in it.
I would,
it's not going to be that easy.
No.
I think you just got to. Because it's not a case of making it like normal pastry where it's all stuck in a big ball. It'll still be a bit strange when it comes out. And then mix it by hand, like Wendy says. You work it a little bit, and it does mould together better. The idea of this is just to like getting it so it does stick together a little better, but not completely.
I'll have a go. No, I think we need a bit more.
Let's just hold the camera on top so you can see again. I'm trying to do this, but it's not easy to show you. It is a bit awkward. It's all a bit trial and error.
Come on, get together. Just try it a bit more in this bit. This is hard work, you know.
I bet it is. I could have helped you.
What, two hands into one?
Yeah, I was trying to be quiet so we could.
Oh,
speed this
sorry.
bit up.
Well, you can.
I can't keep Wendy quiet, can I?
So,
It's fine. Come on. This is about there now, so this is fine. Now that looks about right. Now it's a case of It's not quite clear in there, but it is pretty
Well,
much.
yeah.
But this is what you're going to expect. Now that just needs a little bit of work in.
Yeah, I need a little bit of
And
flour, but not too much.
It's got to be rested in the fridge now for 30 minutes at least. That looks about right to me. And you can see the lumps of butter. If you just move back a bit, let me show you.
Me or
Yeah, so I can just show them. Look, can you see the lumps of butter in there? Now, apparently this is what you want. There you go. I thought I'd just go a bit nearer and show you that. So what we're going to do now, wrap this up in cling film.
Not yet.
And in the fridge for half an hour. Oh, I thought you were doing it now.
Well, I do, but I just want a bit of flour because it's a bit sticky.
Right.
Just a little bit.
Right, I have to turn the camera off so I can move out of the way. Right, here we go. We're just going to wrap this up now. There we go. Now that just wants wrapping up and 30 minutes in the fridge so it can have a rest. It's like an actor, isn't it? Right, I'll bring you back. Right, I've brought you back. Now this has had a good half an hour resting. So now Wendy's going to roll this out. Now, you need to roll this out to 45 centimetres long and 15 centimetres wide.
So it's got to be...
It's the size of this piece of paper that I've cut.
Which I've put, you know, so you've
That's
got
how
to
big you've got to roll the pastry
that.
to.
I'm a long way from that way, but I've got to try and
So it
get
don't want
it.
to be much wider, it wants to be an awful lot longer.
Put that there.
Anyway, we'll just carry on and you'll see what we're doing. You probably know already, but it's slightly different. And I think the idea is you can see the butter in the pastry. As you roll it out, you'll start to see the lines of butter in the pastry. Yeah, you can see them emerging already. Yeah.
I've got to move it a bit. Don't want too much flour on it.
No.
As you know, do as much as least as you can, really. If it sticks, put flour on. It's like that.
Yeah. That's all right. Though. You've got to roll the top out first, haven't you? I don't think you can move much further. As we've said, you know, the length of this is not. Move the sign out of the way. The length of this is not far short the size of our mat. To be honest, there's not a lot in it. It's probably a little bit too long.
It can be moved next time. I suppose I can do it now. There. How far we got to go?
Yeah, I'll tell you at the length now. It's a little bit long. So it wants to be nice and flat at the ends, really. The idea is you try and keep it fairly even because it just works out better. Right, so this is what you do until you can measure the right size. So I'll bring you back when we think we're there. Right, we've got this to about, well, Wendy's got this to about the right size now, look, as you can see. We made that bit of paper just so that we'd know. Now, what she's got to do now is just brush that extra flour off, because you don't want too much flour in there.
I've tried to do flour only when you need it, so which is quite a lot, really.
Now, what I wanted to show you, I'll show you when Wendy's done that, is you can see the you probably can see the marbling anyway, but let me get the camera on top so you can see. Let me just fold, because Wendy's going to fold this into 3, but let me show you. Now, hopefully you can you see that marbling of the butter along there? Now apparently this is how it works, and that is what you want. It's a bit difficult with the camera and the false light, but that's what we want. Right, let's put you back. Right, now this has got to be folded in three, so if when you put the paper at the side, look, you can see roughly where your folds have got to be.
Right, so
fold that one down.
that one's got to go.
Make sure it's a third.
Like that, I think. I ain't going to crease it yet.
Yeah, is that enough?
And then that.
That is actually about right there.
Like that.
Well, that bit went rather well. That's a good start. Yeah, just move your paper out the way. Now, you turn this now clockwise 90 degrees, like that. There we go. And now, we start all over again. So we've got to roll that out again.
Bit of flour.
45 long,
dear.
15 wide. So it will try and get wider, but we've got to try and
keep
prevent it if we can.
Going like
Keep
this.
knocking it in. Right. Right, so now all we're going to do, Wendy's going to roll this and try and keep, perhaps I'll leave the camera on, but I mean, you have seen her do this once.
Well,
I'll leave the camera on.
I can be quiet.
Let's try being quiet and I'll speed it up for
No,
you.
you be quiet.
Yeah, it's always me, isn't it? Right, we're being quiet now.
No, you just said something.
Right, we're being quiet now and I'll speed this bit up. Right, that's done that bit. Wendy's just trying that bit of paper to make sure it's the same size. Try it again while everybody's looking. Come on, play the game. Look, now that has made it easier, I think. Now she's got to fold this into three again, if it doesn't stick. We're going to fold this in 3 times again.
Yeah.
Right.
So, do that.
I think it's a bit easier with the paper with folds in. It gives you a bit more of an idea. I mean, we've not seen it done like this. We just thought it'd be a good idea. Whether we're right or wrong, we'll see at the end, won't we? Now, that's gone again. Now, I think you can still see the marbling in the pastry.
Oh, I would lift it up a bit and
look, just hold it a bit down a bit. You're too high up.
There?
Yeah, that's better. Now, look, you can see that. Now, you have to turn that through 90 degrees clockwise again, and then we start again.
Okay, it's stuck in the nail. Just make sure that, you know what I didn't do the first time? I didn't sweep it. Shall I? I think I will.
Sweep the extra.
Yeah, I think I will because
it seems a good idea.
Yeah, if it don't.
We don't want too much flour in there.
No. Right.
That's better.
Right, do it again.
You can sweep that bit there then.
Yeah.
Because you know it's about the right size.
Hold on. Right.
That's it, now sweep that down, that's better. I was that anxious to show you it folded up, look. If we got the sweep
It was his fault.
I don't know, I don't know how much difference it actually going to make, but this is the way we've seen someone do it. There we go.
Is that a square enough?
That'll do, yeah. So again now, it's a case of just turning this through 90 degrees clockwise again for the third time. That's it, perfect.
Right.
Right, now I will be quiet and we'll let this run now or Wendy does it again. And I can speed it up.
Right.
Right, so that's our rectangular piece of pastry again. It's just a case of brushing this off and folding it again. Now, this is the third lot now, and this is enough to give you that puff look. So we'll see. But that has gone quite well, and you can still see the marbling.
Yeah.
Before Wendy folds it, let me just show you. Get you a close up there. I don't know, the light's a bit awkward, but can you see the marbling in it? And apparently that's what makes it puff. So I thought I'd just show you that. Right. Well, carry on if I can put this down. Right, so now it's just a case of brushing the extra off and folding it into 3. Now, you can use it straight away, but Wendy's going to put it back in the fridge for 15 minutes.
Right.
Just to make sure it's nice and cold and it's had a good rest. So,
Is that right?
a little bit more, that's it. That's better. Now, to me, looks almost, let's just show you, because that, leave it there. Leave it
got
there.
to
Let me
brush
show
it.
you. You've got to brush it, yeah, but look at that, look. That's pretty good square. I'm not really at the right angle, but that's come out pretty good, I think. Right, let's just get this wrapped up. And now we should have, we can just give this another 15 minutes in the fridge so it's colder, and then we'll just cut the lids out. Right, we'll bring you back. Right, we've had a bit of a break, so here we are now. Wendy's going to get the pastry and we're going to cover the pies.
Right. Oh, my roller's over there, isn't it?
Yeah, we're all geared up, ready to go, and got no roller.
Make sure the water's out of it.
Right, now it's just a case of rolling this out to the size we think we want.
Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Don't have to put a bit of egg
Now
on
you've
it.
got to egg wash it and stick it too, haven't you, when you've got your size. You may as well do it now. Because if you don't seal this bit, it'll just,
Fly
the gravy might bubble out the side, but obviously you've got to make an hole in the centre of the pie to let the steam out.
I think that's about it.
Right, now Wendy's just like crimping it along the edge just to stick it to it, really. And I think they've worked out pretty good so far. Right.
What's it? There's one.
Just need some holes in the middle, don't you? Right, now. We've gone right through, yeah?
Yep.
Let me just show you the pies. Wendy's not going to show you, but I will. Look at that. That's what we've got. It's going to be lovely. I know they are. Right, now we've got 3 more to make, so Wendy will just get on with that and I'll show you after. Oh, Wendy's just doing the last one now.
You're making me some leaves.
I'll tell you what, mate, these are the funniest looking leaves you've seen in your life.
Right.
That's enough. Right, so it's just a case that now of getting that egg wash on the top and then sticking my rubbishy leaves on the top. Oh, I was going to put a message on the board, I've just remembered. I do forget.
You do.
Well, Wendy does like that. Let's look at something more interesting.
I'm always being pushed down.
Thank you, Grace. That were lovely.
Yeah, thank you.
Grace has bought us a coffee, that's lovely. And also, there's another one.
Hmm?
There's the old cuckoo clock off. Also, I seem to have fallen in love with Minnie. Thank you, Minnie. I'm sorry the art's a bit wonky. My chalk went off the edge. I've got nothing else to do but fool about.
One. All done. Now it's just to see if they're going to work. That's the thing. There.
Right, that's the completed pies. Right, let's get them in the oven. Right, let's get these in the oven. Now they've only just fitted on that tray. There's a bit of weight there as well, isn't there?
No, fitted.
Now that will just slide on there. It'll just fit in. Only just,
Right.
haven't you seen that before she shut the door?
Oh, sorry, want to have a
No,
look?
it's fine. Right, now we've got to switch this on. Actually, we hadn't switched it off. Ah, I've got to put the meter in. Let's get this meter in.
That's because we had lunch, so it'll be warm.
The oven is warm, yeah. And the meter's set to 30p, so we'll switch this on. Then what we want is 200 degrees. Let's set the time. It says 20 minutes, but I don't think it's going to be that long. I think what we'll do, I'll set it to 20 minutes and we'll come back and look. So I bet you it's not going to be much over 15. Right, and the temperature, we want 200 degrees. Right, that's set now. Now, let me press start. We're away. Let's have a look inside the oven. You can see the pies in there, but I wanted you to see that we've got the gauge in there, look. And you can see the pies there. It's a good position. Let's press this. As you can see, it's using 2000 watt at the minute. It's not registered the cost yet, but it will any time. So let me just give you a better look inside the oven. Oh, you can see the pies there in the oven. And by now, we should be starting to count the cost. We are doing, look. Now you can see the pies there, I've got the light on. And there is the cost. It's just gone on 1p, which is fair enough. Now, if I can, I'll keep the camera just here and we'll show you. Anyway, I'll bring you back in a few minutes. Right, I don't know whether you can quite see there. We've had 10 minutes. Now they're looking pretty good, they are. I'm going to keep a close eye on those because they're not going to take 20 minutes, I don't think. I mean, at this stage, we're just making sure that the pastry's cooked. And then we'll have to warm the pie up later for tea. They look great in there. I can just show you. I think you can see the gauge now. You see that? I'm sure you can. And there you go. It's running at 1972 watts. So it's running quite a belt at the moment, and it's used 10 pence. I don't know whether you can. I think you can see that. It's used 0.3 of a kilowatt. It's about 8 amp there. So the highest there was 2000. There's the cost I put in, 30p, and it's running at 1970 at the moment. And it's gone down a bit because it's obviously reached temperature, and it's cost 10p. What was the amperage? Did it tell you? I think it did. There's the amperage. It's running at 7.8 amp. There's a thought. Sometimes we don't get a measurement on that. Now if I can just show you here, it's switched back on now. Can you see the bars red in the bottom? Unless I'm in my own shadow. No, you can't see because I've not got it in the photo. Look, hey, these bars get red in there, don't they? Right, and I definitely think this is not going to take the amount of time. It's not going to take 20 minutes. Look at that. I think you can see the pies now. Look at that. They look fantastic. I think they'll be coming out before very long. We've still got 8 minutes to go at the minute. I think another 2 or 3 minutes will be enough. I'll bring you back. Right, I've brought you back because I'm going to get these out because as you can see, we've had 14 minutes and I think they're done, they're fine. So I'm going to just press that for the moment just to stop it. Let me get these pies out. Then you can have a better look. And how much is the cost? You see the cost is still counting, obviously. Oh, I'm past. Now if you can see, that's actually cost 13 pence. Now I've turned it off, but obviously the fan's still running. But 13 pence is what it's cost to get to this stage. So turn you off, let me bring you back. Right, there's the pies look out the oven. They look great, they do. How good the pastry is, we'll see when we eat them, but it's looking pretty good.
Well, I've just looked at it, didn't I? And I thought, oh, is it
That's
puff?
going to be hot.
It's all right. Is it puff? But I put my
you
finger in just in there, so it is puffed.
You can't stop kids, can you? Look at that.
Sorry.
Yeah, it is like a puff pastry.
yeah.
But when we will show you what they're like, but we're not eating them right now because we've got to have these for tea later on. But what I did want to show you is the cost. Now, there you go. They were in for 16 minutes, look, and it's used 0.45 of a kilowatt. Now that should be about 15 pence, shouldn't it? Let's press this again. Let's see, where's the price? Come on. There's my 30p that I put in as it's cost 13p, look. So altogether, that's cost 13 pence to cook. You know, it is a slightly bigger oven. You can expect it to be a little more, but we've just got those 4 pies in there all at the same time. So that's something else to think about, because we'll eat 2 of these today, and then 2 we'll either freeze. If they're really nice, we might eat them.
Well, tomorrow.
Yeah, well, not all on the same day, no. Even we ain't that bad. So we'll bring you back later when we eat them. Well, if I remember to take some video. Right, we'll see you in a bit. Right, we've brought you back because we've cooked this. Now, I must apologise because I set the meter up. No, I didn't. I forgot to plug it in. I forgot. We've been busy this afternoon. We've had to pick little Spencer up from school. I forgot to plug it in. So although we cooked the pie, we've had to warm the pie for tea.
Oh.
But
Mine, because the top comes off.
does the top come off?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
that's
it's
flaky.
flaky, isn't it? Yeah.
That is flaky.
Oh, brilliant.
Now this is flaky pastry, and it is flaky.
Yeah.
That's
But it comes off.
There's a big lump of pastry come off my hand.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
I'm going to
to
try
show
this
now.
pastry.
I'm pleased with that.
Yeah, that's nice. Let's try the pie. Now, this pie, mate, it's going to be gorgeous, isn't it? We know it is. I'll just try not to I don't want to get a big lump of meat out and burn myself.
Oh. Yeah, that's flaky pastry.
That pie is gorgeous. And this is the cauliflower cheese we made. Mate, you want to see me eat this? Of course you don't. I'll tell you what it's like. Gorgeous. And these are lovely and crispy and soft inside. They're lovely.
It was come from the juices as well.
Oh yeah, of course you saw the. Look at that gravy. Tip some in my pie if you're tipping it on. We can't go out of the way, can we? Here, we're always in our own way.
You can do your extra.
Right, I've got to do it myself when I go on the table. This is going to be a fantastic tea. It tastes great. Oh, it really is. Now, this has been a bit different video. It's a bit long, but I hope you've stuck with it. And if you've enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Right, we're off to Gary's dinner now, so we'll see you soon in the next video. See ya. Yeah, look, it's happened again. as soon as I said, see you soon, look, it's gone like a shot. When I told you we were hungry. Right, we're definitely going this time. So look after yourselves and we'll see you soon. Ta-ra.